Yang and Sydney Tjonadi taking on Terry He and Jessica Tan from Singapore. So looking at the mixed doubles draw, this is section 3. And a couple of Australian entrants up there. That's Wang and Rain Wang and Caitlin Yea up at the top against Guo and Chen. They're actually playing right now. Winner of that will play the winner of the match you're about to watch. Also, we'll be watching Roy King and Valerie Xiao take on Lee and Eun from Hong Kong. And just one more pair in this section of the draw. Hidayatullah and Pranata from Indonesia against Tang and Si from Hong Kong. Just about to enter the arena. I can actually tell you that Guo and Chen have actually won their match already, so they will be the opponents for the winner of this match. It was a 21-8, 21-14 win over the Australians. And here's Terry He and Jessica Tan. Good to see Jessica Tan back on her feet, literally, as I did see her at the Indonesia Open, I think it was, where she rolled her ankle. And for a second, needed, well, actually for more like about 5 minutes, needed some treatment. Good to see that wasn't a serious injury at all. She's walked that off. And for Jordan and Sydney, well, first meeting between these pairs, I think they're about to see exactly how powerful Terry He can be from the backcourt and how crafty Jessica Tan can be from the front court.
At home, you may choose black or red. Red, black for you. It's red. Receive, you will receive. Who will serve on which side?
So coin toss there by Free Cox
So you need to serve that side. Have a good match.
It's going to be the umpire for this one. Well, certainly Jessica Tan and Terry He, they have been a talismanic pair for Singapore. Small island state that's produced some great badminton players, of course, former world champion in Lo Kan Yu. But these two, they're the first pair to make it to the semi-finals of a Super 1000. We'll get to them in a second. Jordan Yang, 18 years old, from Melbourne, ranked 583. This is certainly going to be not only a big stage for him, but a lot of learning experiences to come from a pair like Terry and Jessica. And his partner, Tjonadi, 17 years old. They've played together and made it the second round of the Oceania Championships, but have certainly benefited from the draw here at the Australian Open, with a lot of spaces to be filled from the qualifiers. So their tournament results: Gupta and Swain from India, that was pretty good. 21-16, 21-10, 27 minutes. So fast-paced output and lethal in places. And there is Terry He, 28 years old now. Also, once again, born in Penang. I was just saying how a lot of badminton players, especially in Singapore actually, were born up in Malaysia. Ranked 18 and has been as high as 13, and that's with his wife, Jessica Tan. There she is, 30 years old now, Jessica. And as I said, they have done some wonderful things for Singapore, as well as, of course, making international tournaments. That was their first tournament result. It was Lim Ming Shan and Sylvina Kernia won 26 minutes, 21-9 at 21-16. Well, the last outing at the Australian Open was a first round exit for them. That's Freak Coxaloo from the Netherlands in the big chair, joined by our service judge for today, Chris Mill from Australia. But yes, Terry and Jessica, first round exit last year, but also made the semi-finals at the Malaysia Open. First mixed doubles pair from Singapore that made the Super 1000 semi-finals. last year, had a great run at the end of the year at the Odisha Masters Guwahati side Modi, and they also picked up the Irish Open title last year. Well, very much youth versus experience in this tie. And let's see if the young Aussie pair can cause a bit of an upset here, and it certainly will be.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Jordan Young and Tjonadi, Australia. And on my left, Terry Yonkaihi and Jessica Wei Hantan, Singapore. Tjonadi to serve to Terry Yonkaihi. Level. Play.
And that's what I was talking about. That big smash for Terry He, that is his party piece. And he wasted absolutely no time. Anything comes back too high, and it's going to be hitting the ground pretty quickly. First doubles pair for Singapore that won a gold at the 2022 Commonwealth Games, Terry and Jessica. Also going to make their debut at Paris. So one of the pairs that's actually here just to sharpen up their skills, but be the first time for the mixed doubles pair making it to the Olympics. First Singaporean mixed doubles pair. So as I said, talismanic pair that are constants on the HSBC BWF World Tour. They've actually picked up 2 medals at the Commonwealth Games. Mixed doubles and mixed team, and they were 5-time bronze medalists at the SEA Games.
5 love.
Married now for 3 years, Terry and Jessica. Good variation from Terry at the back. And that's Jessica, always ready at the net. There's that big smash. It comes down at such a steep angle. And it can be quite the handful for them. Well, young Jordan in Sydney said they're going to learn some lessons right now. 6-love down. That 7.
7 love.
Well, as I said, really is good to see Jessica Tan back on her feet. She actually, in that injury scare, laced up her shoes and actually continued on with the game and the match. But unfortunately just couldn't jump onto that, couldn't put any weight on that ankle. So she was limited a bit at the net. No half jumps and no hook smashes coming down. And it was great to see her get back up. After that, it was full medical staff for about 5 minutes, as I said.
Serve's over. 9-1.
ace from Jessica Tan. It's been a very, very busy couple of months for these pairs and players. A lot of these tournaments rejigged. In fact, the Australian Open brought forward because of the Paris Olympics. So it's been very hectic since about April, mid-April, when the Thomas Nuber Cups were on in Chengdu. Again, Terry He with that big smash and enough pressure. 11-1 at the break.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
Well, as I get back on court, and you just saw from those mini highlights from the first half of this game, Terry He has been, well, unchecked at the back. You just can't let him be unchecked at the back because he's going to keep finding backcourt winners, and with power as well.
11-1.
Jessica Tan also doing her role, primary role of cleaning up at the net. Nice pick up there by Jess. Yang and
12-1.
Tjonadi right now just looking to keep pace with any rally. Backcourt, but this time a backhand kill from the net from Terry He. Finds the corner, and it's 13-1. And again, finds this one with a little bit less power on it, but still open court. Very good at finding those opportunities and good awareness of the game. There's that big shot again, and right now it's for Jordan and Sydney, it's about trying to keep it down. Just see here, this one goes too high. That's when he comes in, kills it. So imperative to try and keep that flat or downward. Well, that's nice from Jordan Yang. And just an indication of what can happen if he does get things the way he wants. But right now, Terry and Jessica just not allowing that to happen. Oh, that's out. Shot to Terry as well. It's also far, far too high.
16-3.
Well, they've got to sharpen up for Paris, so unfortunately, Sydney and Jordan are going to get the rough end of the stick here in terms of quality. It's gone long.
17-3. Over.
So, a couple of sparks for Sydney and Jordan, but still a lot of work to be done in this first game if they're going to overturn it, and it's really been an overwhelming situation for them. Haven't been able to get that engine started up. We've seen some flashes from Jordan Yang, but not enough to upset an established pair like Terry He and Jessica Tan, who are cruising towards this first game.
Game point, 4. Game.
So a mistake there from Jordan Yang, and it's 21-4 in the first. Just 9 minutes played. That's an indication of the kind of pressure they're up against.
21-4. Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Second game, level, play. Serve is over. 1 love. Serve is over. 1-0.
So, game 2 underway, and a change of sides. And this should be a little bit better for Sydney and Jordan. Slight breeze blowing up the screen as you see it. Just going to make it a little bit easier, but of course they have to get underway with these rallies, and what's most important for them is not leaving it high, because in the middle of these rallies they have been giving Terry He some really easy ammunition. And that time it's Jessica Tan doing what she does best, setting up a wall just behind the net and pushing it through. That's gone wide. They're going to obviously have to watch that as well. So many things to keep an eye on for the 17 and 18-year-old pairing. But as I said earlier, wouldn't it be fantastic if one of these Australian pairs or players could make it through to Saturday finals weekend? Well, the last mixed double winners were back in 2007, Craig Cooper and Renee Flavel. Since then, it has been Indonesia, Korea, Hong Kong, Sheng Shi Wei when he was playing with Chen Xing Chen. It's a pretty devastating combination. That's better from Jordan. That's a much better rally and a
That
very
was
nice winner into mid-court.
4-0.
Oh, 4-all. Terry here again get a really good hold on
That was
one.
over. 5-4. Serve is over.
Well, it happens all
5-4.
over the tour. The nervous service. Another chance for Sydney and Jordan. Straight down the middle. Just took his eye off the shuttle. Jordan Yang.
6-5. Change shuttle.
That's very high, but just behind Terry. And look how quickly he was onto that. But just watch that third shot.
6-0. That was over. 7-6.
Nice touch in by Terry. He's taking control of this point and puts enough pressure onto Jordan Yang.
8-6.
Get their first lead, and that is testament to the Australian pair in the second game. First 2-point lead for the Singaporeans. Again, a small Terry Heat. Push that too wide.
That was over. 7-8. Play.
Oh, nice pickup by Terry Heat. Coming in with the power, Jordan Yang. Third shot
was
doesn't
over.
make it.
9-7.
A bit of a role reversal there for He and Tan, with Jessica taking the backcourt duties. And that's what Terry does well. Switches it up, good
10-7.
variation, drops it into front court. Oh, nice touch in. That's just gone out though. A bit of a surprise, but no challenge coming, I think. No, there is a challenge coming. A bit late on the challenge call there, Terry and Jess, but I think myself it could be edge of the line. It was a little bit loose. Here it comes. No, I stand corrected.
Correction.
It's very much in the line, and that's why she was surprised at that call. So far, no significant problems, and at the break, it's 11-7.
7. 13-7.
So back on court for the conclusion of game 2, and this is crunch time for Jordan and Sydney. Want to progress this week. They're going to have to really overturn this one, and I do mean that with all due respect to them, because the way the points have been evolving, they have still been grasping at the coattails of Ian Tan. So job 1 is to settle it up. Well, I actually think job 1 is to find some way of muting the output of Terry He, who's been very dangerous for them. I think that's Jessica that's plugged in the backcourt. Just a little bit of movement. So important in doubles to have your formation right. Not be too vertical, not be too flat. And if you can, rotate throughout the rallies. But as I said, Jordan and Sydney haven't really been able to get into rallies. There's been that one which they won. That's a nice pick up by Jordan Yang. Great defense from them. That's
16.
Just a little bit too delicate, the net. So 16-8, and pressure building on the young Australian pair. Let's push that too long.
17.
Well, I did say at the beginning of this match it would be full of learning experiences for the young Australians, playing an established pair like He and Tan. Of course, the defending champions, Feng Yanzhe and Wang Dongping. That would be a serious learning experience for the young Australians. They're not playing this week, of course, they've withdrawn. Last chance saloon. It's gone wide.
19-8.
19-8, and this is the serve that could see Terry and Jessica make it through to the quarterfinals.
20. Match point. 8.
So 12 match points. As I said, Guo Xinhua and Chen Fang Hui will be the opponents for.
Serve fault goal. Too high. Serve is over. 9-20.
Trying to get through, and he finally does.
10-20.
Well, he's got impressive backcourt skills, John Yang. Nice rotation by Terry and Jessica, and that's good. Opportunistic kill from
11.
Yang at the front. Sets himself up nicely, just gets in there. Finds that space down the middle. I'd like to say it's an uphill task around about now, but it's going to be very, very difficult for them to keep this intensity going. Is that in? No, that's out, which means that should be game. Yes, it is. 21-4, 21-11 in 23 minutes. Well, they did impress a little in terms of their attacks, but they were just caught out positionally too much, especially by Terry He in the end.
Match won by Terry.
They are through. There's confirmation of it. 21-4, 21-11. The Singaporean pair through. to the quarterfinals. So continuing on with our Court 1 coverage here on day 3 of the Australian Open, and it's the men's singles up next. Chico Oro Dwiwodoyo, the #1 Indonesian singles player.